economic basis behind that.
Tire pressures. So, good morning. Today I've gotten a very interesting opportunity. I'm gonna go look at a Beck's research farm, I guess. I don't really know what it is, but they're gonna pick me up in a helicopter. So that'll be interesting. So I'm gonna go pick up one of my buddies and me and him are gonna go. Like I said, it should be a pretty interesting experience. I've never rode in a helicopter before, so I figured why not. But, yeah. So, should be pretty interesting to see. Well, Skeet, this is our ride. Two pilots, Memring and that. Schmidt. He probably doesn't even know who I am. Bex is taking us down the research farm of some sort, so. Skeet, what do you think?
Pretty slick. If you guys, pretty clean. If you guys want to step to the east here, it's like 6 rows. This is just where the foliar at. So this would just be with the
foliar.
The pin room. You can kind of tell the lower foliar fence is not quite as healthy.
So this is Zyway and the foliar app.
Yeah, this is
and
just
then
the foliar app.
Over here is just the foliar. And see, like what you was saying earlier, there's your bottom leaves. They got a bunch of
They're all laid up.
Yep. It's amazing how accurate that is from where,
yeah,
you know, where's the
I don't know
test
if you can tell on the ground. You might see, that looks like that was we're in about the center of the pass here, because that's the tire track and side dresser. So this would be dead center, right?
Huh.
I don't usually like looking at rows 6 and 1 here, because there could be some cross. That was 15 ounces.
15 ounces.
Typically the 10 is what really does the best.
15 ounces of Zyway.
Yep.
And then what was the Veltima they put on? 7?
7.
7. So, and this was 7 ounces too?
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty far along. Oh, what's that one called? I can't remember. No. No, that's not rust. So oddly enough, we're here at this Beck's farm, and they had actually talked to PTG. Is that right? They'd talked to PTG, and they'd done a PSI thing in their research farm. So there's a 12 and there's a 35 PSI. And right here is the 35, or no, this is the 12, and this is the 35. So as you can see, there's obviously a difference in the compaction issues. So something I kind of want to look at home now after seeing that. Well, we're gonna walk out here. I'm gonna check my phone real quick and make sure I got the right varieties here. Yep, 65, 72 Agrigold and Pioneer 953. So I'm gonna walk right there, and we're gonna walk through this because one of our neighbors said they didn't have very good luck with the 953, so we're gonna look at it. I have high hopes for this field. It's been doing a lot better over the last couple of years. We've done a lot of maintenance and upkeep on it, and yeah. What in the world happened here? Oh, old manure pile. Just keep on walking. So this field here, we bought it a couple years ago, and it washed out real bad. It used to wash out really bad, but it's been doing a lot better over the past 4 or 5 years. We've done a lot of work over here trying to get it to keep from washing out, and it seems to be doing a lot better. So, I mean, I've not seen a small ear yet. That's a good sign. Very little on the disease portion of things. I mean, this corn is probably pretty far along too. So, cankered. Okay, let's see here. Well, looks a little better than the ear I seen from them the other day. So, no, I'm gonna pull another ear or two, get a good count on it, and then hopefully we'll get to see what it looks like. So I've looked at two of them, one from where the center planer would have been, and then one from the other side. Now I'm gonna go look at the walking through the jungle. Agrigold 6572s, pretty good hybrid for the most part. Got a really good disease tolerance too in it. So this should have been about 16, 17 rows, 18 rows. So yeah, you can definitely tell we're in the Agrigold now. $65.72 coming out strong again. No tip back on that one. Let me pull it off here and I'll show you. So for this ear here, I got 180 on it. And then we'll check this one out real quick. See what it does. So that's 199. That's about a 10 bushel difference. Or no, it's about 20 bushel difference. So Dad'll be happy to see that. Agrigold coming out strong again, beating Pioneer. So that's pretty two decent ears. I mean, the one Agrigold 6572 right here, it's always a good variety from Agrigold. And then this is Pioneer 0953, which 953 is not one of the best out there, and even your dealer will tell you that it's not one of the best. It has a lot of potential, as you can see, but it doesn't always fill out. It takes a lot of nutrients for it to fill out. So pretty good. Dumping the air out of it. So we had it all the way up to 35, and for some reason the compressor wouldn't quit, so I don't know what it is. This is Simon, by the way. He's one of our new VU kids. Student. But it's dropping the air out of the tires now, and hopefully it'll drop down to 17 on the back and 15 on the front. And then after that, I'm gonna drop them down some more, I think, here in a bit. But for now, we're gonna see what this does. You see the condensation coming out of the tires there. Pretty neat system, honestly. So hopefully this will help us deal with that compaction that we've seen yesterday in the back slot. It'll help us deal with that, and that's our main goal. We don't want to go to tracks if we don't have to. This thing needs to have tires on it. So. Then you got Patty still. Yeah, Dad's cab is a mess. So as you can see here, it dropped the back tires below where it's supposed to be. So once it drops the front down to where it's supposed to be, it'll theoretically what it should do is stop and start airing them back up, theoretically. So we'll see what happens here in a minute, but yeah, This Xavier built this little bracket for his tractor. So it's got a little bit more to go, and then it'll air up the back tires to 17, and he'll check them. As long as they're right, then it'll be fine. But this thing was not reading like it was correct. So I don't really know what's wrong with that. I don't know why it's doing that. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Just gonna take a minute. And it could be supposed to do that, and I just didn't know that. So I'm gonna call them and check and make sure. But as far as I'm concerned, everything seems to be working like what it should, except for the digital thing right there. Now they have another digital option where it'll run into the ISO bus on the screen, which we're gonna get eventually. But like everything else right now, it's hard to get, especially that electronic stuff. So we'll see what happens. So it's dropped the back, or the front tires are now at 15. So it's gonna start to raise the rear tires to 17. And you can hear the tire, you can hear it going, so. Well, I stole this thing from one of my buddies for the driveway, and it's seeming to help. So we're gonna run that thing around here a couple times, probably a bunch, and try and level out our driveway a lot more at the farm. And then I'm also gonna have him do the one at the house. That combine's traded off, is going today to get switched out. Ross is gonna go spray some more, whatchamacallit. But